Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mystic Mania. I'm Tanya, and this is my blog. Today, I want to talk about how there are celebrities that have bipolar disorder and how our creativity and the way that we live our lives is really magical. And I just want to give some tips on how I manage my bipolar disorder and how I use my creativity to help my life be more amazing and magical and just more fulfilling. So here we go. So let's start off with the celebrities who have or had bipolar disorder. I have a list here, and I'm going to start with Vivian Lee, who I adore, and Carrie Fisher. Both of them are no longer with us. And I remember even in high school, they used to call me Princess Leia because I'd always wear the buns. I think there was just an attraction, like I resonated with her, and to find out that she had bipolar disorder. It kind of made me feel a little bit inspired that, she would work so hard to, manage her bipolar disorder while being such an amazing actress and also activist. So I love Carrie Fisher for that. And then Vivian Lee has a story that if you read about her personal life and her history of like how she lived her life, she was so bipolar. I mean, she even got electric shock therapy. Vivian Lee, well, she would smoke cigarette after cigarette, and she was just pretty manic all the time, it seemed, from the descriptions of like her days working on set for Gone with the Wind. But I adore Vivian Lee. I think she was a great actress, singer, dancer. So moving on, another singer, dancer, um, Mariah Carey. She's amazing and she's so creative and talented that she even, she sings better than a lot of people can sing. She can actually do something that a lot of people can't do, which is to reach a certain note or something. I don't exactly know how to explain what she could do, but she has done things that other humans can't do yet, which is amazing. And I think that's very representative of people with bipolar disorder. They go so high that they do things that people who don't go that high, they reach these heights. And that's why I say there is magic in the high and insight in the low, because we get so much insight. We're just like all this imagination, all this creativity is just like firing off so much when we're manic, when we're hypomanic, or even when we're just, ourselves and stable, but like able to listen to that imagination. It's just amazing. And Mariah Carey was able to listen and just bring out her voice in an amazing way. Demi Lovato, same thing, beautiful voice. Selena Gomez, beautiful voice, creative, and open about the bipolar disorder, which is commendable. It's something that, we all look forward to is hearing other people's stories, especially success stories. Now, as far as males with bipolar disorder, I did come across Frank Sinatra, and who would have thought? I mean, he just seems like such a mellow, like this the singing, I don't know. Russell Brand, I could have called that one, to be honest. Kanye West, we all know he has bipolar disorder, and he has his manic moments that make him more famous every time. And then Jimi Hendrix had bipolar disorder, and he had some intense music for his time. He really knew how to go deep with his music, with his sound. So that's what I got. So for, oh, and Catherine Zeta-Jones, what a beauty. And she's very open about her bipolar. And so she's a great role model, great actress, great role model, beautiful woman. So that's the celebrities that we should all, just be inspired by and know that they're struggling, but they're still successful and they're using their creativity and their resources to really expand their magical world, to, be in the vortex at all times and to share with the world, their story, their struggle, but also their success. Now, some of the tips that I would like to give for making your life a little magical with bipolar disorder or how to manage bipolar disorder would be number one is that to be careful reacting. In fact, the best thing is to just before you react, take a few seconds and listen to that voice in your head that really knows the right thing to do, right? I know that with bipolar disorder, I spent a lot of my life just reacting, and it's usually negative. Even when I'm just in a really good mood, it's almost like when something happens, I'm gonna react like in a paranoid way, like, I wonder what they meant by that, you know? So instead of going, ooh, I wonder what they meant by that, I'm going to say, I don't care what they meant by that. I want to have a good day. And that's my advice is don't react, just decide. Decide you want to have a good day. Decide that you're going to be stable, that you're going to do the right thing, and everyone else could go fuck themselves. That's my advice right there. Number one. Number two, I would say look your best to feel your best. Because with bipolar disorder, we don't really take care of ourselves because we get a little bit like either we're too busy and we're just like all over the place and we don't take that extra time to take care of ourselves. I can't tell you how many times I've had like shitty nails or, greasy hair, and I'm just like so upset with myself. And it puts me in a bad mood. And it's like I could do like 50 other things, but I just don't take care of myself. And they say that's a big symptom of bipolar disorder. I'm sure a lot of you out there struggle with that. So, my advice is to make it a goal every day to look good. So, yeah, you don't have to shower, fine, but make sure you look good. Brush your hair, if it needs to be washed, just take a fucking shower and wash it. Just do it. Just have the idea that I want to look good every day. I don't want to feel like crap. So don't put pajamas on for the daytime if you're home and, just kind of put something on, especially athletic gear. I would say that's something I would give you a good tip there. Put your sneakers on, put your athletic gear on, walk if you're home walking around the house, or if you're going shopping, if you have chores to do, because that makes your body think it's just going to be moving and energetic and it'll help you get things done. And then you'll kind of want to shower after anyway. You'll just feel like, oh, I'm taking off my athletic gear. um so that advice is basically, look your best to feel your best, and by looking good, by having that intention, you will also do more self-care. So, take the time to paint your nails, take your that time to, put on makeup once in a while, or take a shower and really just shave your legs, like I know it's so hard with bipolar disorder. Sometimes we just want to skip things, we just want to, we're just, I mean, you know. So, but I always made it a point to always look good, even if it was just like putting on the right clothes. So treat yourself to something, that always helps too. The next piece of advice I would like to give you is to drink a lot of water and to eat as best you can, because I feel like when like the sugar, like my sugar goes low, or I'm just like hungry or something, like I get a little depressed, and that depression could take me very low. And then I'm just paranoid and thinking about bad things. And it's really, I'm just hungry. But with bipolar disorder, it just seems like we get to that point where we get confused. For me, my experience is that I get confused. Am I hungry? Am I miserable? Am I depressed? Like, what the fuck's happening to me? So, I would say if you take care of eating and just kind of like, I know a lot of the medicines do cause weight gain. It happened to me. I'm 30 pounds overweight, which you can't really tell because I hide it really good. Like I said, look good. So, just camera angles. But yeah, the medicine made me gain a little extra weight. So that's why I said, like, try to look good however you can. If that means you just focus more on your hair and, you just pick that one thing you like the best about yourself. Like, don't worry about what other people think. But back to what I was saying about the last tip there is drinking water, eating good. I treat myself to chocolate a lot, especially dark chocolate with peanut butter or something like that, where it's protein and dark chocolate is really good for you. Eat a lot of aphrodisiac foods because the more turned on you are, um, the more you get done, the more excited you are through the day, and you just feel good. So don't eat heavy foods. Don't eat things that depress you or weigh you down. Only eat what you're craving and what your intuition tells you because you're very intuitive. People with bipolar disorder are super intuitive because we get so high that we reach the sky. I mean, we have the angels, the goddesses are all there for us. I'm super witchy. I'm going to talk about magic all the time, even though this is about bipolar disorder, but I have both. I talk about this stuff on my show Skeletons Out. So check it out. I'm going to put a link in the description box to our YouTube page. I talk about taboo topics, and that's my creative outlet. Like I said, everyone has their creative outlet, what they do to make their life magical. And I have a show called Skeletons Out with the great co host, Kate. So check that out and come back for more videos about bipolar disorder on Mystic Mania. Rock your magic.